You bear the mark. You are cursed. You must place your hand upon the stone.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is JY Prime. Today I am going to be giving you guys a little bit of a walkthrough for the Shadows of Evil Easter egg and Black Ops 3 Zombies. I'm not going to do a fully fleshed out walkthrough of the first parts. I'm going to focus more on the end parts. I know there's a lot of other guides out there on how to do this, but I just wanted to show you guys some tips and tricks that I found really helped me out when I was trying to do it solo. And a lot of them should work if you're in a group too, so let's get started. Okay, so first things first, you're gonna want to get all the ritual areas open. You're gonna get the items that you need for each of the rituals. And once you complete all the rituals, you're trying to get Pack-a-Punch open, basically, which if you want to see all the different places that you have to use beast mode in order to get the ritual pieces and open all the ritual areas, I recommend looking at another video, because if I went into detail on all of those other things, this video would be a lot longer than I really want it to be. So that's pretty much the only part I'm going to skip over, though. Every other part I will go over in much more detail, so don't be discouraged by that. Okay, so the first tip that I found for soloing this is you're going to want to keep as many points as possible. You're not going to want to buy a gun until you absolutely have to. It is possible to get all the rituals open within round 2 or 3, I believe, but I didn't wind up getting all the rituals open until around round 4 or so. So don't worry about doing it really fast. It just more matters of you surviving and being able to get all the rituals done at relatively low rounds. Sorry. So there's the first gateworm I got from the first ritual. Now I'm heading over into the Pack-a-Punch room, and I'm going to place the gateworms down to open up the Pack-a-Punch. And then start the final ritual. So once you start the final ritual, you can't leave the room until it's over, as I'm sure most of you know. So just be wary of that. It's not really that hard to complete it. It doesn't take long if you're soloing, or if you're not soloing. If you're in a group, then make sure everybody's in the room so that it goes faster. So basically, you're just going to want to train all the zombies around the ritual table in the middle, and you won't really have to kill any of them as long as you're at the end of the regular zombie round, whatever one you're on. Oh, and it looks like I didn't actually get to this part until round 6, so like I said, it's not really that big of a deal when you actually get to it, just as long as you get to it as soon as possible. Okay, so once Pack-a-Punch is open, you're going to be able to do all the other steps, like open the sword room, which will be the next step. So this is just me writing the train to give you guys an idea of how to do it. I'm not going to show both of the train trips that I took. This is just one to show you what I'm doing. There's symbols in each one of the train paths. If you look at the map in each of the train stations, it shows you where each of the symbols are, and you have to look through the window on that side to inside, right there, and then memorize the symbols that pass by those 3 symbols, and then you enter them into that door right there when you're in beast mode, and that'll open up the sword room, and you grab an egg out of the sword room, and you put it in one of these statues. There's 4 of them around the map. One of them is right there down in the rift. One of them is up here in Footlight, and you're just going to kill zombies around the statue to charge up the egg. So there's the Footlight one. The waterfront one is in here. It's by the perk. And like I said, this is probably the hardest room to do it, because the zombies can swamp you from pretty much every single direction. I almost died here, but luckily I had Widow's Wine, so that helped a lot. And then I got a nuke, so I was pretty lucky. It only takes about 10 to 15 zombies to charge up the egg, so it's not that hard. It's just a matter of being able to survive and kill them within the room. And then you're also going to be looking for purple pods around the map, so that way you can get the Margwa tentacle out of one of them, which is a part of the wonder weapon. There's 3 parts. One of them is the Margwa heart, which you get from killing your first Margwa. You just pick it up off the ground. Then there's the Margwa tentacle right there that you just got out of the purple pod, and then there's one more that you get from killing the meatballs or the flyers. It'll just randomly drop, and it's like it's a big green glowing piece called Xenomatter, so you'll be able to see it pretty easily. Okay, so this is the Canal Statue. You're just gonna place your egg there. That's the final statue. And once you complete all the statues, you're gonna take your egg back down here, and you'll grab your sword out of the room. The sword is really good. It's like a special weapon. So if you hit RB and LB on Xbox, and I guess it's L1 and R1 on the PS4, then you'll be able to use it. It does run out of juice though, so you have to wait till it charges back up eventually. But it is really good for clearing out large mobs of zombies and getting out of sticky situations. So I definitely recommend getting this as soon as possible. And so the next step is going to be upgrading the sword. So first of all, you want to get to the end of the round that you're on. You don't want to kill the last zombie. And one of the things I found works best is training zombies down the rift like I am right now. It seems to work out the best because the rift is, you know, it's one of the biggest rooms on the map, if not the biggest one to train in. And you can kind of just get a routine down where you let them all pile up and then everyone's just trying to shoot a couple of them and then repeat. It's really much like the easiest way to do it, I found. So you're basically just want to get to the end of the round. It might take a while, but once you do, you're going to want to go over to your character's specific room. So like mine was the cop, so I had to go to the Ruby Rabbit. And there'll be a keeper ghost on your ritual table right there. You'll get the egg from her. There's a new egg that you get from her called the Arc Ovum. And what you're going to do is take the Arc Ovum to each one of these red circles. There's 4 of them around the map, one in front of each of the main character places. So you hold X over the circle and it'll spawn Margwas. So the first time you do it, it'll spawn 1 Margwa. The second time, third time, fourth time, it'll spawn 2 each time. So you gotta be watching out for that. If you're in a group, you can have the other people help you out because it only goes after the person that spawns them. So say I spawn 2 Margwas and my teammates wanted to help me take them out, they could easily just walk in front of me while I kept running around the map, and the Margwas won't even try to attack them. So it's pretty easy to take them out. You just want to make sure that you don't accidentally end the round, because then, you know, you'll be swamped with zombies while trying to kill Margwas, and that's never fun. So so once you do that all 4 of the main places, you're going to want to take the charged up egg back to the ritual table, and you'll receive your upgraded sword. You can only do the red circles once per round, so you can only do 1 red circle per round for each person. So you gotta kind of coordinate and figure out who hasn't done their Margwas yet and who has for the round before you end it. Okay, so after you get your upgraded sword, you're gonna take it up here and you're gonna hold X on those jars in Nira's room, and Uplook will levitate, which shows you that you did it right. And all that really did is spawned a flag, which you'll see here in a second, down in the rift room. Right there, if you saw that purple mist behind me, that's actually a flag that is sitting there. And basically, this is going to be the hardest step, in my opinion, for the Easter egg. You're going to want to make sure you have the wonder weapon. At least one person has the wonder weapon. You want to have all pack-punch guns. You want to have the zombie shield. You want to have Lil Arnie's, preferably, because they all really help out. So basically what happens when you pick up the flag, which I'll show you here in a second, is it'll start spawning an endless wave of meatballs. All the regular zombies will despawn. So you're going to want to do this at the end of the round, like I'm doing here. I wait till the end of the round, and so you wait till the end of the round, you pick up the flag, it'll despawn all the zombies. It won't kill them, it'll just make them despawn. And then a bunch of meatballs will start spawning all over the map. And you're going to want to take the flag to one of I guess, 8 locations. There's 2 in each district. So as you can see here, I'm running with the flag. I'm going to go to the middle district first to charge it up. So you have to charge the flag up twice in 2 of these little light spots in the ground. So you got to place the flag on them, and you got to shoot the Shadow Man whenever he appears, and you have to defend from the meatball. So I recommend calling the Civil Protector like I did right there. You're basically just trying to defend the flag from the Shadow Man and the meatballs. So you want to throw down some little Arnies in each of the viewpoints, and then what I found worked best is alternate little Arnies and the Wonder Weapon, so that way the meatballs don't have a chance to get up to the flag to break it. And whenever you see the Shadow Man, you're just going to want to shoot him as fast as you can, so that way he can't break the flag. Once you shoot the Shadow Man 3 times for solo, and I believe it's 4 times for like multiplayer, he'll despawn, and then the flag will give a little dinging noise, and it'll start glowing red, which means you finished at that area. You move on to the next, which this is the second area for the middle, which I'm doing right here. So I'm not going to show you each one of the specific places. You'll be able to find them. Just go out of the portals each round. So basically, once you charge the flag up twice, like this will be my second charge right here, I'm going to take the flag and I'm going to run up to Nero's lair and place it down next to the table. And you have to do that for each of the districts. You can only do 1 ritual table per round. So, like, after I place this flag down, the round would go back to normal. I'd kill the zombies, and then I have to wait till the next round in order to do the next district flag area. So once you completed that, this is the final step you can do on solo, but it's the second to last step on the actual Easter egg. You go down to the rift, the pack punch room, you hold X on each one of the gatekeepers that are over the gateworms, and they'll shoot lasers into the Shadow Man and break his bubble. And what you need to do is shoot him as fast as possible. He's going to start spawning randomly around the room. You just got to keep shooting him until he, eventually he's going to like go back, he's going to keep falling back and back and back until he's over that ritual table in the front of the room. And right when he's over that, somebody has to drop down and hold X on the ritual table so that he gets trapped into the summoning key and killed. So it's pretty intense. If you fail, like I did here, it'll spawn a Margwa and start spawning an endless wave of zombies. So what you want to do is pretty much, if somebody has a ray gun, I'd suggest creating a bunch of crawlers. Just make all those zombies into crawlers so that way they don't spawn in anymore and they're all just crawlers. Because the way I believe it works is that there's a set number of zombies that always are in there, but if you just make them crawlers, none will spawn. So try to make them all in the crawlers, and kill the Margwa before you try to reattempt it, because he's just going to be a nuisance, and I'm pretty sure it's virtually impossible to do it if he's still alive. He does drop power-ups, and every time you try to do the laser shoot that Shadow Man step, it'll spawn a max ammo, so you don't have to worry about wasting all your ammo or anything. So like right here, I have a bunch of crawlers that I made with the ray gun. I'm just waiting on this last one to make a crawler, and so now that one's a crawler. And I killed the Margwa earlier on, so I'm good. So I'm gonna reattempt it again, and so I'll just let you guys watch this because it kind of leads to an epic fail. So I'll just kind of let you guys see this for yourself. So yeah, as you can see right there, I just kind of epically failed and wound up dying because I misjudged my jump and wound up falling into the pit. And apparently, if you die while you're on the step and you're in solo, you're pretty much screwed and you're dead. So that's not fun. But anyway, I am going to put up a few tips now on screen, just kind of recap of some of the main tips that I found that would work in this Easter egg the best. So first of all, you're going to want to keep all of your points at the beginning. You're not going to want to spend it on guns, like I said. You're going to try to get everything that you can open every round and do all the beast modes you can every round. Once you get till about round 2 or 3 and you know you're going to need a gun, you're going to run out of ammo eventually in your bloodhound, so you can buy a wall gun or something. I recommend like the Kuda or the Vesper or anything like that would work. And then after that, the second tip would be to train zombies down in the rift. That is definitely the easiest place to stay alive, and that's usually, like, when I go for high rounds, I usually just stay in the rift the whole time and just train. It's really easy to stay alive down there. So third, and I don't think I mentioned this in my original video, but the Gobblegum Machine when you're on solo changes every time. So you're going to want to get Gobblegums, preferably like Perkaholics or On the House, but the Gobblegum is going to change every single time they use it, and I didn't know that at first. I thought I just couldn't get any Gobblegums out of the Gobblegum Machine, because every time I went back to the one that I just got one from, it was gone, and it said wait or something like that, and I was like, oh, come on. But turns out the whole time it was just like on the other side of the map, because it had switched, so just be wary of that. And then fourth, and my final step, or my final tip, sorry, would be to for the flags, you're going to want to alternate the little Arnies and the Wonder Weapon at each of the viewpoints. You're going to put a Wonder Weapon shot at one of the viewpoints, Arnie at another one, Wonder Weapon at one at the next one, and then Arnie at another one. There's usually like 4 viewpoints, so that should be enough to cover all of them, and then you can just focus on the Shadow Man and call in the Silver Protector and all that. And one extra bonus tip actually is you're going to want to make sure that you have everything that you need before you go into that final step to killing the Shadow Man, because once you enter that room and activate the first gatekeeper, you can never leave until you kill him. So you do get max ammos, but you need to make sure that you have everything upgraded and you have your shield and all the necessary supplies. So I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it was an informative video. I know, like I said, there's a lot of other Easter egg guides out there, so I appreciate you taking the time to watch mine, and I hope that these tips help you complete it. I was able to complete it with a 4-man squad before this. Actually, I was just kind of going through and trying to see how it would work out if I tried to solo it. So yeah, appreciate you guys taking the time to view my content. Let me know if you have any suggestions going forward, and keep up with that positive feedback, please. Alright, so thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.